Hello everyone. Today I want to tell you about a game that I've recently played over the past couple months, and that is a game called Rune Factory 4. In my last essay video, which I will link in the description and have a card in the top right of your screen, I covered Stardew Valley, and why it is one of my favorite games. Stardew Valley was created from the love and respect of the original series of this type of genre called Harvest Moon. Today's game, Rune Factory 4, is actually another installment in the Rune Factory series, which is a spin-off of the Harvest Moon series. The reasoning why I chose Rune Factory will be discussed throughout this video, and will hopefully get you to try it out. So without further ado, let's get into it. What is Rune Factory? It is actually, like I said before, a spin-off series of Harvest Moon by creator Yoshifumi Hashimoto. Like Stardew Valley, these games are simulation role-playing games, and Rune Factory 4 was originally made for Nintendo 3DS and was released in Japan on July 19th, 2012. Now, over the years, it would come to North America and be released and published on different platforms. The story setup goes like this. Your character at the beginning is tasked to bring mysterious crystals or gems to a god in the town of Selphia. That is, until you are ambushed by a group of pirates/rogue soldiers. And not only do you lose the crystals, but you also gain amnesia after being knocked off the ship. Upon recovering from the fall, the dragon god, nicknamed Venti, would allow you to stay and work in the town as the prince, in hopes that one day the player character's memory would return. Now, eventually, the real prince named Arthur will come and will kind of give his spiel, and eventually he's like, you know what? I don't want to be responsible for this. I'll just do some other stuff in town. You can be the prince. So with that said and done, you are then left to be free to farm, fight monsters, forage, and form relationships with the townsfolk and even the wildlife. Now this game I was excited to play when it went on sale during the Steam Summer Sale. I've already played Stardew Valley and loved that genre of games because of that. And in the last video essay that I made, I also mentioned the first game that got me into these type of games, and that game was Rune Factory, A Fantasy Harvest Moon. So it only made sense that I'd be interested in this one. The special edition in this case is just like the enhanced version that made it to consoles and PC. Now, the reason I like Rune Factory series is because of the RPG elements. From combat, to crafting, to animals, and then of course the relationships that you can form. In this one, there are skills for everything you do. Like from cooking, fishing, to combat skills such as fist weapons, two-handed swords, magic, even down to walking, as weird as that sounds. Now there's also an in-depth crafting system, where you level up your certain crafting skills to then be able to attempt to mix ingredients together to make either powerful weapons or a potent dish. This leads to combat being unique, as there are different classes of weapons that feel different. As mentioned before, the two-handers, the fist weapons, and magic. Then there are also animals/monsters. So in Stardew Valley, there are, like in other normal farming games, there are cows, sheep, and whatever. But in Rune Factory 4 and the Rune Factory series, you can tame monsters in the wild. You can tame a wolf. Heck, there's even goblins and insects. You can tame any of them. And taming wild creatures will allow the player to collect certain resources from them, and the creatures can even help out on the farm by planting and watering crops. All you have to do is just you have to get a license to build a farm or build like a little house for them, and then you gotta make sure that you feed them with, feed every day. There's just so much to this game, and like I'm only 15 hours in, which is very low in comparison, but yeah, I think that goes to show you how much, how in depth this game and really this series can be. Now, unfortunately, I can't talk too much about like the relationships in this game, since I'm not far enough emotionally to smooth talk and land a date with anyone in the game. But there are a little over 20 characters in the game, with a handful of them, both male and female, that are able to be married. And like Stardew Valley, you can talk to people, give them gifts to boost your relationship with them. But in this game, you can also add them to your party, or invite them to your party. And then in which case they can fight with you, or just walk around. And as I said, I'm sure there are dates and eventually the ability to have children. I did look at the wiki or the Steam guides, and it says that there are children. You have like a preset 2 children. So I don't know how that is, but I'm sure that's good. Overall, I love this series because I personally prefer more of the combat and RPG side of things. And you know, I'm sure I'll probably wait until like the next sale of Rune Factory 5, and then I'll probably pick that up. But you know, this game itself is a gem. Now, as I said before, I wanted to keep this short and sweet. While there are, of course, some issues that I have about the game despite my small playtime, I still think the game is amazing. Right, this game is seen by many fans as one of the best in the series, and that's one of the reasons why I chose it, is because it has such great reviews. Everyone was like, this is a really good game. If you love Rune Factory before, this is like the one, you know. I've been playing on PC with an Xbox controller. I feel like that's a little bit more, like, it feels better. But the thing is, the controls can be finicky at first, but you know, you'll get used to it. As I say, it's originally made for Switch. Controls a little bit weird. If you're using a controller, you might have to swap back between keyboard and mouse, depending on if you're typing words and whatnot, but you should be fine. This game is not a game that requires you to have played the past ones, so they're all standalone, right? So you don't need to play any of the past Rune Factory games. If you want, just play this one to get your foot, or get into the series, this is a good one. And like I said, if you like Stardew Valley, and you want another similar game, you try this one. Especially if you're like me and you want more of that classic RPG elements. But overall, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like this video to show your support. Comment below what you think of the video, and subscribe, and hit that notification, because that way you'll know when the next video comes out. And yeah, I'll put in the description below the link to the other video on Stardew Valley, so you can listen to my review or like my spiel on that game. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.